Vlad?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's you guys. That's you guys.
Okay, we are now on Facebook as well. And I'm going to share my screen. And if the animals leave, and they'll have them come back a little bit later if we can. So I put this together last year. And when I did it, the source of it was like the other direction. So I don't know why it still is that direction, but it is. So it's a little bit harder to follow, but not too bad. So welcome, and may all who have come here, people and animals, be blessed with by God's presence. And then this is a reading I used this morning that I thought was sort of nice. Oh God, your creatures fill the earth with wonder and delight, and every living thing has worth and beauty in your sight. Playful dolphins dance and swim. Your sheep bow down and graze. Your songbirds have a morning hymn to offer you their praise. We'll read together. You made the pets
we welcome in, their wondrous blessings too. With paws and whiskers, wings and fins, they offer praise to you. Oh God, you call us to embrace these creatures in our care. May we show kindness, love, and compassion to all pets everywhere.
This is why I included it, because it's broader than what we usually do. You made the creatures on each farm. You know the things they need. May they grow healthy, safe from harm, and safe from human greed. Just as a shepherd loves the sheep, you know their joy, their pain. Adonai, bless the animals we keep. May all farms be humane. Together again. Your
creatures live in every land. They fill the sky and sea. Oh God, you give us your command to love them tenderly. We're called to have you here, to care for them always. By loving creatures you hold dear, we offer you our praise.
Our praise.
Okay. So you can see which parts are new and which parts aren't by how the pages look. Sylvia's going to come back in again. Providing a home for an animal is a mitzvah for one of God's creatures. Baruch merachim al habriot. Blessed is the one who embraces all creatures. God made all kinds of animals, wild beasts, and animals of every kind, and all kinds of crawling animals that are on the earth. And then God saw that this was good. And that's from this past week's Torah portion. Baruch atah shelo chaser be'olamo davar. Blessed are you in whose world nothing is lacking. It is filled with wonderful animals that bring joy and companionship to human beings. So this is another reading that I added this year. And Sylvia's going to try to come in again.
No biting.
We thank you, Adonai, our God, for the gift of animals in our lives. We thank you for animals that comfort us, delight us, and give us companionship. We thank you for dogs and cats, birds and hamsters, guinea pigs, and fish. We also thank you, Adonai, our God, for animals that give us wool and feathers to keep us warm. We thank you for animals that give milk, cheese, and eggs to help us grow and keep us healthy. We thank you for horses, donkeys, and oxen that work hard on farms around the world. We thank you, Adonai, our God, for animals that eat plants and fertilize the soil, making it richer and more fertile for new growth and new life. We thank you, Adonai, our God, for the gift of insects and especially bees to pollinate fruit and vegetable plants for us to eat and flowers to give us joy. We'll finish this one up.
Thank you, Adonai, our God,
for creating the world, and the wondrous creatures within it. Help us to share our blessings with others, to help others have clean water and green pastures,
to
to feed and nourish their families too. So this is a midrash that we have shared at other times as well. So according to the midrash, God chose Moses to lead the Jewish people because of Moses' kindness to animals. Because when he was a young man and he was working as a shepherd for his father-in-law Jethro, he saw a small lamb run away from the flock. So concerned it would perish in the desert, he chased after it. But he saw the lamb stop at a stream and drink from it. So he realized the lamb had run away because it was thirsty. So Moses asked the lamb to forgive him, because if he'd known why the lamb was running away, he wouldn't have chased it. And he felt sorry for the lamb and that it made it thirstier and tired. So after the lamb was finished drinking, he lifted it on his shoulder and carried it back to the flock. So because of that compassion that Moses showed that little lamb, he was found worthy of leading God's flock, the people of Israel, out of slavery in Egypt. So this is a song, it's sort of a silly song. I think I heard Peter, Paul, and Mary do it first. All God's creators got a place in the choir. Some sing low, some sing high, or some sing out loud on the telephone wire. And some just clap their hands or pause or anything they got now. Well, listen to the bass. It's the one on the bottom where the bullfrog croaks and the hippopotamus and grows with the big to-do. And the old crow just crows. Moo, the old cow just goes moo. Well, the dogs and the cats, they take up the middle. The honeybee hums and the crickets fiddle. The donkey brays and the pony neighs. The old coyote howls. All God's critters got a place in the choir. Some sing low, some sing high, or some sing out loud on the telephone wire. And some just clap their hands or pause or anything they got now. Well, listen to the top where the little birds sing, the melody with the high voice ringing, the hoot owl hollers over everything, and the jaybird disagrees. Singing in the nighttime, singing in the day. The little duck quacks, then he's on his way. The possum don't have much to say, and the porcupine talks to herself. All God's creators got a place in the choir. Some sing loud, some sing high, or some sing out loud on the telephone wire. Some just clap their hands or pause or anything they got now. Everybody here has a place in the plan. We all get to play in the great critter band, from the eagle in the sky to the whale in the sea. It's one great symphony. All God's creators got a place in the choir. Some sing low, some sing high, or some sing out loud on the telephone wire. Some just clap their hands or pause or anything they got now.
Settle down. Settle down.
So I know that we have some animals who are getting anxious. So the mitzvah is Sa'ar Ba'alei Chayim, is showing kindness to animals. And the Talmud teaches we should feed our animals before feeding ourselves. Our pets are entrusted to us, and it's our task to act as truthful stewards, to loyally offer them abundant food and shelter, health care, and love. Yet we are entrusted to them as well. We depend on them for love returned, and if we look and listen carefully, they offer us nature's wisdom. In the book of Job, God implores us, ask the animals, and they will teach you. So at this point, I'm going to lower the screen so you can introduce us or talk about your animals, the animals you have with you, or the animals that have been dear to you, or the animals who may have gotten away for a moment, what you've learned from them, what they've taught you, or if they're still training us. Who would like to start?
Okay, I guess I'll go first. Everybody probably knows this is Emma. She's a rescue. I got her to Pittsburgh.
Say hi to everybody.
Say, yeah, I'm getting a little squirrely up here. She was in a home where the lady kept her, I guess, closed up in the bathroom 10, 11 hours a day while she was at work. She didn't really want her. She was a gift. So she surrendered her, and I saw her and fell in love with her little mug on the website. I said, I want this one too. Sometimes I regret it, don't I? Yeah, no, not really. Just hold still a few more minutes.
Okay, Susan, you want to tell us about your cat, whether she's with you or not at the moment?
Yeah, Rosie, she's coming back.
Oh, we'll let you go down for a minute.
She makes a little cameo from time to time. She had a wonderful twin brother, Buddy, who unfortunately passed away very early in life, and but Rosie just turned 18, so
Wow.
very frisky, doing well, and we're very happy to have her. She's the fourth cat that we've had, and when our second one died, we were without one for about a year, and we get so bonded with them that my husband wasn't sure that he wanted to take in another one, but finally convinced him to go to the pound. And the volunteer who had raised them from little tiny kittens said, well, there are these two that you might like, but you know, they're brother and sister, and it would be great if they weren't separated. And all of a sudden, Jean-Pierre said, well, I guess we have to take both of them. And it was just wonderful having the two of them. They were amazing together. We've got lots of pictures. Buddy only lived to be 7, but as I said, Rosie's making up for being the only child for all these years, and we're very fond of her. So.
Suzanne, did you want to talk about your dog? Okay. As we think about both the ones who are with us and the ones who were with us and are still very dear to us, even if they're not here anymore. Okay, who would like to talk next? Okay, we've got Jody and then Bruce.
Okay, so this is Luna. We lost the family dog a couple of years ago, and the cats before that. So I've been petless for a few years. And as you know, my daughter moved to Hawaii, and her boyfriend joined her in July with their very large dog. But when I went to Buffalo to help move, there was a dilemma about Luna, who was a little rescue kitten. So she's about 2 years old. She's very feisty. And so I agreed to take Luna temporarily, but you know, it'll probably be forever. She's very funny, kind of aggressive, a little bit wild, but she's brought a lot of companionship and joy to my house, because it was really lonely without a pet. I think it was the first time I was petless my whole life after the dogs. So that's Luna. She's a little bit shy online, but she's a character. So say hello, Luna.
Hello, Luna.
Away she goes. Okay, Bruce, you got your bundle there with you for the moment.
Well, yeah, my restless bundle right now. She's this is Mitzi, black and white. I got her about a little over a year ago. She's at 5 years old. Apparently, she's very skittish. I mean, if you make any loud noises, she's out of the room like a shot, even coughing. And it's believed that she might have been feral before going to the Animal Care Council, which is why even there she would stay off by herself and wouldn't let any other cats come. She had a little hut they had given her, so she would hide in there and defend herself from all the other cats. She is semi-affectionate. She used to like constantly want to be in whatever room I was in, but lately she's a little bit more aloof. She likes to go up into my my defunct waterbed and just curl up there and sleep a lot. She does, when I go to bed, oftentimes she will sneak into my bedroom, and the next thing I know, she jumps up on my bed, but she's looking for attention. So I take one of my arms out from under the blankets, I pet her. And sometimes she stays for a while, and sometimes she just jumps down and goes away. I have one other cat, which I am going to grab in a minute. So I will let somebody else talk about their animal.
Okay, Robin.
Oh, I don't know if you can see. We'll try to get close to Vlad and Chester. Vlad is white and Chester is blue. Can you kind of see them?
Can see
Kinda.
one of them.
Yeah, the blue one you could probably see better.
Yeah, that's the one we can see better.
But I've been training them to come to my finger with millet.
Mhm.
So they come close to nibble on this, and it gets them used to my hand being in the cage. And slowly, very slowly, they're starting to trust me. So we're getting there.
And how long have you had them?
Chester's 3 years old, but I had Mona, and she was jealous if I spent time doing anything but sitting with her or doing things with her. So I didn't get to train him. But after Mona died, I got Vlad, and now I have time to work with them. So we're just kind of doing that now.
Okay, Bruce, do you have the other one with you now?
Yes, this is Captain Black. He's mostly black. He's got a little bit of white. And I rescued him from my youngest daughter, Sarah, who loves small animals but doesn't know how to take care of them when they get bigger. And apparently she hadn't gotten him fixed. And one of the first things he did when he became more of an adult was he sprayed her favorite book bag. And she was just fit to be tied. She was going to take him back up to the farm in Appalachian. And I said, no, let me have him. So we talked back and forth, and she grudgingly let me have him. She had named him Mr. Black, I think in honor of Sirius Black from Harry Potter. And I renamed him because there was this character on Saturday morning marionette cartoons. And it was a science fiction show called Captain Scarlet.
Okay.
And these defenders of Earth, had different color names. And one of them was Captain Black. Captain Black gets killed and resurrected and comes back evil and is leading the fight against humankind. But I always liked the character, so I named him Captain Black. I was seriously thinking of, no pun intended, of naming him on behalf of Harry Potter, Seriously Black, because he is seriously black.
Well, Captain Black is also a really nice tobacco. It's like a really nice pipe tobacco. I was wondering if he was named after that.
No, but I did smoke all sorts of different tobaccos, including Captain Black. That didn't even occur to me.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
But he is so friendly. He'll let me turn him upside down, and he loves licking lips.
He's so sweet.
Incessantly. And he'll do it until I stop or my lips are falling off. There you go, Captain Black.
You can see Maya has chosen to just like lie back here and get massaged. So like her face is over there. She loves to be on her back and have her belly rubbed. But the other thing that she does sort of funny is that she moves her mouth, like we move our mouth and no sound comes out, just sort of clicking of it, like when we talk, and that's how she talks. So she doesn't bark much, but she's tired because I took her with me to the reproductive health rally today. And then we were at a park for a celebration of life for somebody. So she's just happy to be home, I think. But she is 11 years old, and she's the third dog I've had. I've had rescues and mixes ever since I've had animals of my own. So as we have all of our animals, and we think, and Rachel, you showed us your latest animal before, but you didn't really. You said a friend gave it to you, but I don't know if you have anything else you wanted to offer or say.
I don't have pets around. I have other people's pets. So a friend gave me, she knew it had been a tough year for a variety of reasons, and she's not a stuffed animal person at all. And I was really very surprised when I opened the package to see this. Actually, the note said that I opened beforehand. I said, I hope it brings you comfort. And I opened it, and the first thing I did was just hug it. It is so soft. So in a way, it's also, I mean, in addition to being a pet, it's a friend that I've had for a represents a friend that I've had for a really long time who just somehow always seems to know what I need, even before I do. So this is my bunny. Very soft.
And Ruth, would you like to share anything? And then Sylvia will be after you.
My family had a dog, and it was the only person in the world that it ever snapped or barked at was Rabbi Barbara. She has a very high voice, as we all know, and we think that that's why the dog freaked out. I am in a building that does not allow dogs, so I cannot have a dog. I possibly would. I am allergic to cats, so I can't have a cat. I have thought about having fish before, but I just never got around to it. But we did have, I mean, other than the dog, his name was Sly. He didn't like Barbara's voice. What can I tell you?
So
He didn't have a lot of sense. He was a very nice dog. He was a happy dog, but he didn't have a lot of common sense. What can I tell you?
Sylvia.
Over the years, I've had dogs, cats, birds, fish, turtles, and who knows what else. But the dog that I thought was the greatest, I no longer have, is Buster. His mother was a rescue, and she gave birth in my house under the table next to the couch, and had 10 puppies. I didn't know dogs could have that many, but we kept the biggest one, Buster, and he was so gentle. I took him to the hospital, nursing homes for pet therapy, and he's the only dog I ever had that I could take food out of his mouth when he was eating, and he didn't object.
Wow.
So I liked him. He was a good dog. He would let the patients do anything to him. I'll tell you one experience I had at the psychiatric hospital. When you go around with an animal, you have one of the workers with you. And we went into one ward, and the patient all the way down the hall was pacing and wringing his hands and mumbling and back. And the worker said, "Stay by the door." And she took Buster up to the man. He bent down and pet the dog, and then walked away as calm as could be. That was so dramatic.
Wow.
And Buster also did something similar to that in a nursing home, Susquehanna nursing home, with a patient I was told was not responsive. But when I went into the room, I put Buster's paws on the bed so she could reach him, and she was trying to reach him. And he knows he wasn't allowed on the bed. So I'm pulling him on, and he's backing up. And it was a battle, and he was about 50 pounds. It was a battle, but he was so good with everybody. I would like a dog like that, but I don't want a dog. I don't want any more pets at this time. I do dog sit every once in a while, but I don't want to get one for myself. So that's my story.
Thank you. So we're going to take a moment to be able to offer blessings for our pets. So first we'll say together, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shekacha lo be'olamo. Praised be the eternal our God, ruler of the universe, who has made such beautiful creatures in the world.
Yes.
And then we have different blessings for different animals. So we have a number of cats. So we have 2 blessings for cats. And these all have like a biblical basis. So Yisimcha Elohim Ka'ariot Hasadeh. For cats, we can say in the English with me, may God make you like the lions of the field. And the second one, Yisimcha Elohim Ki Yehuda Ha'aryeh. May God make you like the Lion of Judah. And for dogs, Yisimcha Elohim Kekaleb HaNe'eman. May God make you like Caleb, the loyal one. It sure, the whole thing when people say that cats are part of the family, and for people say for cats, you're the staff. So, these blessings for them in terms of the lion of the field, the lion of Judah, or Caleb, the loyal one, I guess fit for the different kinds of animals. And then we have for birds, Yisimcha Elohim, Ke'of HaShamayim, Yishkon Ben Opnaim, Kol. May God make you like the birds of the air that nest among the waters and sing. It covers even the ones that don't sing. We don't have anyone who has reptiles or fish. So we'll go down to the final blessing for all animals. Yisimcha Elohim kirabot ma'asecha Adonai hayot kitonot im gedolot. May God make you like the great creations of God, the small and the large animals.
Where does that go?
And then this is the blessing from Albert Schweitzer, and I think everybody here remembers who he was and his love of animals, so we can say this prayer together. And if our animals are nearby, I think I can almost reach her head. She let me. Hear our humble prayer, O God, for our friends, the animals, especially for animals who are suffering, for any that are hunted or lost, or deserted, or frightened, or hungry, for all that must be put to death. We entreat for them all thy mercy and pity, and for those who deal with them, we ask a heart of compassion, and gentle hands, and kindly words. Make us ourselves to be true friends to animals, and so to share the blessings of the merciful. Amen. I also want to add to share our blessings and our support for those who have lost their animals, who are missing their companions who they've had, because it is so difficult when we lose when we lose an animal that we've loved and has been a support to us. Oh God, we pray for all the animals of the earth today. Watch over our pets and those waiting to be adopted. Watch over the wild animals and the habitats they call home. Help us to be good stewards of the gifts of creation. I thought we'd sing Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, but I don't think we need to do that. I think we can, at the bottom here, say together, may we fulfill the promise of the covenant, caring for these beloved animals and learning from all of God's creatures. So we're going to then be able to continue with Havdalah.
Okay.
As some of the animals were getting footsy, I didn't want to drag it out anymore. So as we start and we say goodbye to the Sabbath with a bittersweet ceremony with wine and fragrance and candlelight. You can light our candles. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri agafen borei peri agafen. You can take a sip. And we will continue with the blessing for the spices. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei minei v'samim borei minei v'samim. A moment to savor the sweetness of the spices. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei me'orei ha'esh borei me'orei ha'esh. La 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamavdil ben kodesh lechol ben or lechoshech ben yom hashvi'i l'sheshet yemei ha'maseh. Baruch atah Adonai hamavdil ben kodesh lechol. We take a moment to hold the sweetness, the warmth of Shabbat a moment longer, and then we put our candle out in our wine or juice. Eliyahu Hanavi, Eliyahu Hatishbi, Eliyahu, Eliyahu, Eliyahu Hagiladi, Bimheira v'yameinu, Yavo Eleinu, Imashiach ben David, Imashiach ben David, Eliyahu Hanavi, Eliyahu Hatishbi, Eliyahu, Eliyahu, Eliyahu Hagiladi. And I invite you to unmute so we may sing Shavua Tov together, wishing one another a good week. Shavua Tov, 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 a good week, a week of peace. May gladness reign and joy increase. A good week, a week of peace. May gladness reign and joy increase. We wish one another a Shavua Tov, a good week, and we'll be back on Facebook again Friday night for Shabbat services and again Saturday for Havdalah.